Story begins with a boy Ryo Yamada who is having a difficult time at school due to his laziness and reputation as a delinquent. As he climbs the stairwell, he observes model student Urara Shiraishi. He walks by her before tripping and colliding with her, finding himself in her body when he wakes up. They agree to trade bodies for the remainder of the school day. Yamada discovers that Urara has been the victim of bullying, which he corrects by accidentally hitting her, giving the bully Rin Sasaki the impression that Yamada is afraid of her, scaring Sasaki away and promising never to bully her again. When they try to shift back, they realize that the body swap was caused by a kiss rather than a collision. The student council vice president, Teranosuke Miyamura, offers to go on a date with Urara while they are body swapped and discloses that he knows the two's secrets. Yamada and Teranosuke find that they can transfer bodies with a kiss. The Supernatural Studies Club is resurrected by Miyabi Ito, a classmate who shows up and expresses her desire to join the group. Miyabi joins the club and displays some of her paranormal memorabilia. She assigns the task of cleaning up the room to the gang. Yamada wants to swap bodies with Urara so that he can take his supplemental exams, but Miyabi intervenes and sees the two kissing. Miyabi creates stories about the two of them dating. Yamada kisses Miyabi and switches bodies, but when he tries to withdraw the allegations, he realizes that no one believes her rumor in the first place. They discover Miyabi owed money to some bullies for paranormal activities, and Miyabi attempted to confront them as Yamada. Following Miyabi's rescue, they invite her to join the club where they conduct additional kissing experiments. Yamada and Miyamura ask Hamara Yamazaki, the president of the student council, for a budget for the Supernatural Studies Club, but they are unsuccessful, even when they body swap with the girls. Yamazaki suggests that if they can persuade Urara to attend college, he would consider it. Yamada realizes that Urara's body has a cold when Urara swaps with him at school, so Yamada and the other club members travel to Urara's residence and room. When Urara arrives home and they switch places, Yamada says that because of her, he's having more fun at school and he might go to college. Yamada and Urara swap places at the school camping trip so she can sleep in the sleeping quarters and study. Yamada notices that she is getting more social with her classmates after spending the day as Urara and switching back so she doesn't lose out on studying. Neneo Dajirai, the school's other vice president, confronts Yamada about trespassing into the ladies' rooms and threatens to publish photos of him gazing at Urara's underwear unless Urara fails an upcoming mock exam, putting Teranosuke's hopes of becoming council president in jeopardy. Despite Urara's desire to miss the mock exam, Yamada eventually convinces Nene to kiss him in the hopes of body swapping and deleting the photos. When the switch fails, Yamada fears he has lost his abilities, so Miyabi and Teranosuke kiss him. Yamada is taken aback when he sees Teranosuke and Miyabi falling in love with him the next day, but kissing them again restores their normalcy. He finds he has the ability to entice people from Nene. Urara wants to switch bodies, but Yamada attempts to pull it off. Buddha kisses him, and they swap bodies after he tells her about his different power. Yamada has the capacity to duplicate a witch's power, and Urara has the ability to switch bodies. Nene, who has been watching events unfold, becomes agitated as she realizes she has fallen for Yamada due to her own spell. Yamada explains how he and Ushio were friends in middle school but fell out in high school after Yamada was suspended for a week after a fight with other delinquents. Ushio has the photos deleted and begs Yamada to restore Urara's normalcy, and the two men reconcile. The group receives an antique notebook in which 7 witches with various abilities are listed, but it is missing a second volume. Except for Yamada, who has to attend supplemental classes nearby, the Supernatural Studies Club enjoys some summer fun at the beach. Mako Otsuka, a supplemental classmate, seeks to befriend Urara and kisses him when he body swaps to ace one of the sessions. However, when nothing happens, the club concludes that Mako is a witch. Yamada and his summer students must pass the exam in order to gain admissions to the old club room. Yamada kisses Mayu and discovers that she has telepathy as a witch power. The club room is empty, but they use it to pass the exam. They decide to go on their own in search of additional witches. Mako informs the group that a 4th witch, Maria Sarashima, has been missing from school. Yamada and Teranosuke pay a visit to Maria, who confesses to Yamada that she has the capacity to see the short-term future, but that she had a vision that the old school will burn down, and that they would be held responsible. She had attempted to prevent this by avoiding the school, but things had changed. Kentaro Tsubaki, a boy she had kissed, could also be linked to the vision. Kentaro develops a crush on Urara, and Yamada discovers that he likes to prepare tempura in the old building. The club tries to arrange for Kentaro to go shopping with Yamada, who is posing as Urara, on the night of the alleged fire, but Kentaro's vision hasn't changed. When Yamada arrives and kisses Kentaro, he forcefully rejects his confession to Urara. He rushes to the old classroom where he's going to light the stove, but Yamada and Urara arrive just in time to stop him. Kentaro later becomes a member of their club. The club has been tasked with putting an end to the gang of underclassmen who were wreaking havoc. Noa Takigawa, the gang's leader, has the power to sense people's previous flaws. Yamada attempts but fails to persuade Noa to quit what she's doing. When Noa's lackeys wreck the club room and steal their journal, they discover from Yamazaki that Noa intends to exterminate the witches, that is, to persuade them to give up their powers so that they can be given to Noa's allies. They kidnap Noa's companions and try to persuade her to give up. Despite Noa's protests, her companions eventually persuade her to relent. Noa kisses Yamada and discloses the truth of her prior tragedy. When Yamada questions Noa's true intentions, he assists Noa and her companions in clearing their names. Maria Tsurushima asks Yamada whether there's a way to get her abilities removed. During the school festival, Yamada encounters Shinichi Tamaki, a male who can do just that but who also has the ability to make everyone he kisses invisible. He argues to remove Maria's ability if he may become president of the student council. Haruma refuses to answer Yamada's question on who he will appoint as his successor. Instead, Haruma suggests a competition. Whomever can tell him the name of the seventh which will have his candidate elected as president. When Maria kisses Yamada accidentally to thank him, Yamada sees Tamaki as president, but Urara is his secretary and she is sad. Yamada tries to get Torinos Yuke to assist in the search for the seventh witch. Yamada and his colleagues meet Miyamura's older sister, Leona, while she's searching for the seventh witch. Leona refused to go to school in order to avoid the witch's memory loss power. All memories of the witch will be wiped the moment she learns the name of the seventh witch, to which she responds that implies that she's completely forgotten about Shiraishi. Despite this, Yamada decides to remark it's no big thing at all. When Leona mentions the seventh witch, Yamada, who opted to modify Urara's future, requests his supernatural club comrades to bring him back and reveal Yamazaki the witch's identity. When Yamada sees Urara crying, he can't help but kiss her to show she's a witch, but Urara rejects him. Yamada and Tamaki search for a solution to reclaim their friend's memories while remaining hopeful. Nene's memories have returned, and Yamada's memories can be restored by the witch who kisses him. Rika Seonji returns in front of Yamada and proceeds to explain why those who knew all seven witches' names were wiped. What's more, if all the witches are present, any desire will be granted. To conclude the witch ritual, Yamada and his pals must gather all seven witches. Urara, Mikoto Asaka, and Rika are the only ones remaining. Yamada, who still wants to save Urara, tries to visit Makoto's residence with club president Miyamura, but they're stopped by his sister, Leona Miyamura. Yamada, who is irritated by the scenario, is told by Leona that she should pursue Rika first rather than Urara. Instead of attending the ritual, Rika proposes bringing Leona to school. Leona recalls being a member of the Supernatural Studies Club with Haruma Yamazaki and how Yamazaki's memory was lost while researching the witch legend. And that's the end of the video. As always, if you liked what you saw, subscribe to the channel. I'll be uploading a lot of videos just like this, so I'll see you in the next one.